Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick card. And for my quick card today, I'm using the Hippest Hippos stamp set. This is free with a £45 purchase during celebration, and you get the 3 different styles of hippo, a sort of plain one, a dancing one, and one with a flower. Plus you're getting 4 sentiments, so it's a really great set to have, and it's good fun sort of for colouring in. But I'm going to show a quick card today, so I'm avoiding the colouring. And what we're going to do, I've already cut a card base, and then this is Merlot. I'm going for a sort of pink version of this, but you could equally do a blue version or green version, whatever colour you want. I've got Blushing Bride to go with the Merlot, and that's just a standard card front size, so that's 3 7/8 by 5.5. And then I've cut a piece that I'm going to put here. And this is what we're going to stamp on, but we're actually going to stamp around the edges as well. So I'll show you what I mean. It's going to be easier to show you. So we'll first of all start off. I'm going to stamp a plain black hippo on this piece here and the sentiment. The idea with this is that this would be a great card for a kid, to be able to colour in. It gives them something to do with the card beyond just having it on the shelf. So what I'm going to do, I've got my black Stays On ink here, because the chances are that they're going to be using watercolours for colouring it in, or a water-based marker. So we want Stays On ink so that it's not going to run. And I've just re-inked my Stays On pad to make sure it's going to be nice and juicy. And I'll give the measurements of this as well. But I'm just going to stamp my Dancing Hippo. I think I want a little bit more that way. So I'll just hold it a couple of seconds, and there we've got a nice crisp image. And then I'm going to use the You're Always On Point, although this might not mean so. I suppose it would make sense to a child that enjoys dance. So I'm going to just stamp this below, and like I say, this will then give them something that they can colour in if they wish. So, and for that reason, when I do put this on, I'm actually going to put it on flat. I would normally pop a strip like this up on the card front, but that will make it more difficult for them to colour. So I'm going to put it on flat. So I've used my little On Point hippo. I'm now going to use these other ones, and I just wanted to show a little trick here. I'm actually going to use the Blushing Bride, so we've got a tone on tone effect, but I'll just show you that you could use Versamark. The reason I'm not going to use Versamark is it takes just a little while to dry. This is a sticky ink, it takes a little while to dry. The idea is that you can put embossing powders and things like that on it as well, and therefore it needs to be sticky. But you can also use it for this tone on tone look. So I'll just stamp these out so to give you an idea of how this works if you've not come across it before. So you can use your Versamark. With that one, I think you can just see it's a very light effect. It might darken a little as the ink dries. There's a good chance it will darken a little as the ink dries. So I'll just do you one as well on green to show. But the Versamark then can be used on any colour, which is the great thing about it. So again, it's very pale at the moment. That's on soft sea foam. but we'll pop those to one side. And now I'm just going to quickly clean my pad at the stamp, because like I say, this is a sticky ink. If you don't clean it off properly, it can make your stamp harden as that ink dries. So give it a good clean and scrub. So let me just, and I think you might be able to be starting to see those actually darken a little bit now. But another option, if you've already got the ink colours, then you can use a tone on tone still, but it's going to dry quicker. So I'm going to use both of my hippos. So I'm going to actually stamp this one below. I want to keep him nice and well over to the edge and just a little way up from the bottom. And there we have that hippo. Now I'm going to pick up my other one, the one with the flower. So like I said, we've got 3 hippos in this set. And I'm going to stamp this one again fairly well over and about the equal distance from the top as the other one is from the bottom. You could do the top one first and the bottom one second if you prefer. That doesn't matter at all. One thing I should say is if you are using the StazOn, you will need a StazOn ink remover. It's a different sort of remover for that. So I'm then also I'm just going to pop that there so that I can see, and I'm just going to stamp my Dinky Sentiment, You're So Hip. Again, these are going to come out pale, but that's just because they're just a background watermark for these. So right, there we are. So there is our bit of background card, and you can see that there's really not an awful lot of difference between using the Blushing Bride and the Versamark for these two. And I have just cut the edge of the stamp there, so I might end up putting a little embellishment over to cover that up. So to put this together, this is all done now. Let's move those out of the way. And I'm just going to grab my seal. Now you could, if you wanted, do a full cover that is all for colouring in, depending. But I quite liked the idea of mixing a sort of background look to this and an area that they can colour. So I'll just do that. And sorry for the dog snoring away underneath the table. That's what you can hear in the background. So like I say, I'm going to put this on flat, not my usual preference, but just need to be aware of that. If you're doing something that is for colouring, for kids to colour, then just think about the surface for them. And that's it. I want to make sure that this is an easy flat surface for them to use. So I'm going to pop that on there like that. And there we've got a nice card for a youngster to be able to colour in. So I hope that gives you some ideas for using these outline stamps, and just being aware that you don't always have to colour them in. You can use the sort of background technique that we've got here, or we can just stamp them in black and leave them for somebody else to have fun colouring them in. So that's my quick card for you for today. Please subscribe below to get a quick card design every Monday and a quick tip every Friday. Thanks for stopping by.